Hey YouTube, here we go. Well, I trimmed the plants. I trimmed the left side. As you can see, a lot of the plants are now a lot shorter. They actually look like I came in like with the clippers and cut them down. Then they're not exactly the way I want them yet. I don't want to go too crazy and shock the plant. I'm gonna wait for them to fill up a little bit. But you get an idea now of the trimming. The Rotola. I'm making it's supposed to look like an umbrella. And you could see it. I don't know if you could see it, but that's the look I'm going for. I got a little bit Rotola here as well, and then I have some here. This one I want it carpeted, so it's gonna go about right here. It's gonna get really, really low. But just again, I didn't want to shock it, so I don't want to take it too low. But what I did notice is over a month, I haven't really fertilized. The only thing that's on here is the CO2. I am running CO2 with the timer. Basically comes on when my lights come on and it shuts off. I also have a controller on it just in case it drops, the pH drops too low, it shuts it off. But right now it's stable, so it really doesn't shut off with the controller. pH, my pH is pretty much stable. But as you can see, I trimmed the center. I had to trim it because I wasn't getting any lights in. There was no light going down to the bottom, so I had to trim it. I really want to focus on the middle, so all I trimmed was the Rotola. But next time I'm going to really get in here and just get a nice shape, take some of this out of here, start bringing it higher, thin it out. I'm going to trim this one back down. Normally it's down here, and then I'll work on the fern. That fern, if you look at my earlier videos, is a tiny little fern, and it's actually now 2, and it's huge. But I trim all the bottom leaves around, so I thin it out, and it's not so high when I trim it. I have a little bit of penny's worth there that I'm going to grow back out. Once I start fertilizing, that plant goes crazy. I got some more temple. But the earliest video that I shot was the Scarlet Temple. And you've seen how that thing was growing like crazy. It's like 8 inches to a foot out of the tank. It wasn't out of the tank because the temple won't really come out of the tank, but it leaned over and it was just amazing. I didn't know I was getting that kind of growth. I haven't lost the color on it, and I haven't been dosing. All that you have in there is basically my own root tabs that I've made myself in the Seachem substrate. I don't have dirt. This is just substrate. It's a clay-based substrate, Seachem's product. But I put root tabs in there, and I'll go over fertilizing in another video. I have 2 different type of root tabs that I make, and I dose liquid first. But I wanted to start with the trimming. I'm gonna take it slow. I don't want to go too fast. Little tip that I do, little tip for you guys when you're trimming. I trim, and then I sit in front of the tank for a little bit, take a look at what I'm doing, make sure that what I'm trimming is it's the way I want it to be, and I don't go too crazy, I don't take out too much. So just take your time, take it slow, have a plan how you want to trim your tank, how you want it to look, and then just go slow. Trim a little bit, stand back, sit down, look at it. If you like it, leave it. If not, trim some more. But, just don't go crazy with the snips, so you don't trim off too much. But this is the part 2. Basically, we'll call it where I trimmed the left side. I'm going to start dosing again. On the next video I'll let you know what I dosed. And I'm going to start, really shaping the scape out. We'll go over, once it's all done, I'll go over what my overall scape is supposed to look like on all the sides, and what I'm going to do to achieve, fullness of the plants, and obviously what I'm feeding. I'll go through my light cycle because I have two different spectrum of lights coming on, three different lights really, well, two different light fixtures, and two different spectrums that come on different times. We'll go over